What is going on, people? This one is going to be an absolute banger. In this video, I'm going to show you how to start an SMMA completely from scratch, and this is by far one of the most common questions I get from beginning and new agency owners. They don't know what to do for their niche, their offer, their pricing, their domain. They have all of these questions and they're so overwhelmed because there's so much information out there. In this 2-hour course, I'm going to show you step by step what to do for each of those questions and queries. It's going to be super simple. It's going to be so valuable. So no more time wasting. Let's get straight into it. So what we're going to cover. First and foremost, we're going to cover agency foundations. What foundations do we need to have in place, the bare minimum, in order to get going with our agency? The next thing is agency essentials. So things like name, things like domain, things like email, all of those things. How do they work and in what order do you need to do them? Then we're going to look at the niche. Obviously, this is a huge one. I'm going to go through how to choose your niche, what kind of parameters and what kind of things to look out for when choosing a killer niche. Then we're going to look at $100 million offers. I'm literally going to go through how the king of offers, Alex Hormozi, what his thesis on offers is and how to create a killer offer. Then we're going to look at free trials, the pros and cons of free trials, and maybe why you should do one or why you shouldn't do one. Really important. Then we're going to look at fee structures. So what should you be charging? What should you look out for when creating your pricing? Super important, and something that really beginners get wrong a lot. Then we're going to look at what services you can do for your clients. Is it Facebook ads? Is it Google ads? Is it appointment setting on Go High Level? We're going to go through that in detail. Then we're going to look at reporting. How do you actually report those results? How do you convey that information to your client? And I'm going to give you example reports, really valuable. Then we're going to look at agency tools and softwares you can leverage to expedite your success and actually supercharge your client results. We're going to look at hiring. Who should you hire? Media buyers, VAs, assistants. Really important lesson. Then we're going to look at domain and email, how to actually get those up and running. We're going to look at how you find and scrape leads to actually outreach to get client acquisition on autopilot. And then we're going to look at contracts, and then we're going to look at how to scale. So you can see the sheer amount of information you have in front of you here. This is literally everything you need to get your SMMA up and running. I go through it in the order you should be executing it, and it's really simple and efficient. After you watch this 2-hour course, you should have everything ready to start scaling your SMMA. But first and foremost, who am I? I'm not going to spend too long on this because this video is about you. It's not about me, but you probably want to know who you're learning from and what kind of credentials I have. So back in 2021, I started my SMMA in my parents' bedroom. And ever since then, I have been obsessed with growing it. And SMMA has truly changed my life. It has given me the opportunity to do things I've always dreamed of, like drive my dream car, go to exotic locations, network with 7-figure entrepreneurs. SMMA has truly changed my life forever, and I know it can change yours if you simply take this information and put in the work. That's all you have to do. Take this information and put in the work, and you literally cannot fail with this business model. I'm very passionate about it. And up until this very day, we're doing okay. We're doing £48,000 months. That's around 60,000 USD. And this is not to boast, this is not to brag, this is to show you the opportunity that is in front of you. I am no genius, I am no absolute wizard at this stuff. I'm just a normal person with a very good work ethic, and that is literally all you need to do well. So that is that. I'm going to leave it there because I want to focus on you in this course and how to get you results. But before we get into it, this course and many others are in school. I have a free community called Agency Accelerator Free, where all of these courses are on the Agency Accelerator Free platform community, and they're laid out much better than they can on YouTube. YouTube's pretty good, but on school they're laid out literally step by step in the course, and it's completely for free. And just to let you know, the next 50 people that join Agency Accelerator Free, it's linked below, the next 50 people that join it are going to get a free warm-up call, a free one-on-one agency warm-up call. Yes, insane. All the gurus out there probably charge 2-3K for this. You're getting a completely free community, free courses, over 200 lessons, and a one-on-one warm-up call completely for free. If you think it's too good to be true, literally click the link below, join the free community, book your warm-up call, and you will see very soon. This is no joke. This is not some sort of marketing ploy. This is literally the value you're being offered for free. However, right now we want to start our SMMA from scratch, so let's get straight into the course lessons and let's dive in. Welcome to this module on agency build out, and in this video we're going to be looking at the foundations, everything you need to have in place and everything you need to think about in order to hit a 6-figure, high 6-figure, and even the 7-figure agency. So the foundations of a 6-figure agency, you need to be thinking about 2 things: booking appointments and closing appointments. At the start, that is the 2 most important things. They are so important. How are you going to book appointments and how are you going to close those appointments? Then after that, how are we going to deliver results for those clients? This is something that people forget about all the time when they're running an agency. They're focused on getting their first 5 clients, their first 10 clients, 10K per month, 20K per month, and they forget that our job is to deliver unbelievable results for our clients. Once we deliver those amazing results, it's going to be so much easier for us to scale because our churn is going to be slow. We can upsell clients. We can get referrals from the current clients we have. Once you get really, really great results for your clients, you will scale so much quicker, and people forget that all the time. Then we want to scale and systemize our business. How do we do this? By putting in tools, by putting in software, systems, SOPs, by hiring A-player team members. Really, really important, scaling and systemizing your business. So again, read that. The foundations of a 6-figure agency: booking appointments, closing appointments, delivering results for clients, and scaling and systemizing your business. So the next thing is one niche industry. Choose one niche and stick with it. Multiple niches lead to poor client results, and future lessons will explain this further. So we're going to get into how to choose your niche, what to avoid, and what you actually have to do to make sure that that is a good niche, that you're going into a good, profitable, opportunistic niche. Building your niche industry list. So scrape, collect, and source every email, phone number, and business name in your niche. This is crucial for not only paid ads, but for organic outreach also. And in future videos, we're going to get into this as well. So just remember, when you're scraping lead lists and when you're looking for company emails, you're looking for key decision makers, phone numbers, names, things like that, correlate and keep all of that information in a Google Sheet and keep it all together, as that will be vital down the line. And the more volume you have, the better it will be for you and your agency. Productize your service delivery. Focus on one industry niche. Again, that's what we've just discussed. Create a template method for getting great results for clients. 3 to 5 ads, 1 to 2 funnels. Stick to one product service for a minimum of 12 months. A 6-figure agency is about consistency, plug and play approach for client results. This is really, really interesting, and it's one thing that I actually overlooked when I started my agency. So to give you a bit of an anecdote, when I was starting my agency, I was literally taking on anyone and everyone who wanted to work with me. I didn't care if it was social media management. I didn't care if it was Google ads. I didn't care if it was Facebook ads, TikTok, Snapchat. Whatever it was, I just wanted to work with them. I wanted to move fast. I wanted to get clients in. I wanted to get cash flow in. Now, there are a lot of pros to that, to having that mindset. But on the flip side, I was all over the place. I had clients from loads of different time zones. They were writing to me about loads of different services that I didn't really know much about as a beginner. And I actually had a meeting with an agency owner that was doing 7 figures at that time in my city. And he said, Dylan, your problem is you do not have a plug and play approach. With every single client, it should be rinse and repeat. You should have the same product, given it to every single client, the same system, the same process, so it's efficient. And he was dead right, because if you're charging one guy $500 for social media management, you're charging another $1,500 for ads, you're charging another $1,000 who wants some Facebook ads and a little bit of social media management, you're just pulled all over the place. Like it's a nightmare, it's inefficient, it's not effective, and it will lead to headaches, late nights, and a lot of churn for your agency. So read that again, productize your service delivery. Now, again, we've talked about this earlier in the lesson. What you should be worrying about as a new agency owner is booking appointments. That's why I've put it up at the top, emphasize it 4 times. Appointments, 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 appointments. That is what you should be worrying about. Your main focus should be filling your pipeline with hundreds of appointments. Eventually, you want to use 3 to 5 channels to get you 30 to 100 appointments per month on autopilot. These channels could include cold email, LinkedIn, Facebook ads, YouTube, Instagram, whatever it may be. You want to get 3 to 5 killer channels that are getting you appointments on autopilot. And then we're going to look at hiring VAs, appointment setters, sales reps to automate outreach, as that is essential if we want to scale. So remember, you want to get 3 to 5 outreach channels, rock solid outreach channels, that's going to get you 30 to 100 appointments every single month on autopilot. You also want to have great branding, VSLs, funnels. The first priority is obviously going to be your foundations, your outreach, and all of that good stuff. But this is really, really important for scaling to high 6 figures. Great branding, social presence, testimonials, high converting funnels, VSLs, all that good stuff. Your prospects should get excited when they see your business. And this just, obviously integrates into everything. You just want to have a high quality brand. You want to have high quality VSLs, you want to have high quality social presence. It all just comes together and creates a really, really rock solid business. So just remember that. You need to have systems for everything. Implement systems for sales, service delivery, outreach, growth. Really, really important. And again, going back to what I was saying earlier, I had no systems when I started. I was all over the place and it was very, very inefficient. My business was clunky. It just was not a good operation, and it really, really reflected on the results we were getting and the late nights and the clients writing to me unhappy. That's not what you want. You want everything efficient. You want everything watertight right from the start. So sales, we're talking about appointment setters, sales reps, delivery. We want to have plug and play ads and funnels, automations, onboardings. Outreach, we want to have VAs, ads, and growth, we want to have testimonials, referrals, retentions, upsells, and all of that good stuff. So really, really important. We want systems for everything. How do I get all of this? So what I want you to do now is obviously follow the program and future videos for detailed instructions and guidance. Focus on taking action, automation, and hiring to support your agency's growth. Consistency and determination are key to building your six-figure agency plan. So we're going to get into absolutely everything in the coming lessons and in the coming modules, but focus on taking action, automation, hiring to support your agency's growth. So agency build out essentials. In this video, we're going to be talking about the bare essentials that you need to start and scale an agency. It's a really, really common beginner mistake when people start their agencies. They're worried about having a fancy website and having the most perfect logo and all of this nonsense. I'm going to show you exactly what you need in this video to hit the ground running with outreach. So agency essentials, agency name. This can be anything from as simple as your name, but it should not take you too long to decide. Don't get hung up on the perfect name. So if you want to make it really, really simple, if your name is James, you could call your agency James Digital or James Socials or James Ads or James Growth or whatever it may be. I went for Maverick Socials with my agency purely because I like Top Gun. I like the word Maverick. Obviously, I was running social media ads, so I went with Maverick Socials. I'll show you my logo now in a couple of slides. But yeah, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Ultimately, it does not matter. You can rebrand down the line. You can change your name down the line. It does not matter. So do not get hung up on the perfect name. It can be anything from as simple as your name to like something you like, aka Maverick Socials like I chose. Logo. Use free design tools like AI to create a professional looking logo. Add this to your profile picture for all of your social accounts. So this is really, really important. You don't have to use AI. You could use Upwork. In a few slides, I'm going to show you what the logo I used when I first started my agency. I literally paid, I think I paid like $20 or $30 to a guy from the Middle East on Upwork to design it. And at the time I was over the moon with it. I thought it was great. And I used it for years. Like, you want your logo to look slick and professional, but I mean, you're not going to have the most perfect logo right from the get-go. So don't get hung up on it as well. You need an agency name and a logo. But again, this is not something that is massively important. You can change both of them down the line if you so wish. Business domain and email. This is something we're going to be covering in a future video in more depth, but you do need a domain and email for your business. You're going to need a domain, obviously, to host your website if you're going to have one, and you need an email for client communication and to use for all of your softwares and things like that. But I'm going to be covering exactly how to do this in a future video. Then website. This is not a must-have, but definitely helps. And if you are going to get a website, hire a high-quality web designer off Upwork for $100. Like, that's all it costs to get a good website. You could probably even get it for cheaper. It just depends on how high quality you want it. Like, I think I paid about 100, 150 for mine back in the day. And use mine as an example. I'll tag mine under the video, or shoot me a DM on school if you want to get my website. It's mavericksocials.com. It's just a one-page landing page. It looks pretty good. You know, you can run ads to it. I did run ads to it, and it looks clean. You know, I have some testimonials on there. But this isn't massively important. Like, I was doing 20, 25K a month before I even had a website. Not massively important, and something that people get really hung up on. So if you have the capital, if you have a bit of cash to create a website, why not? Go ahead. If not, it's not a massive deal. So again, here is my logo. This is the logo I created when I was first starting my agency. I went on to Upwork. I posted a job for a high quality graphic designer to create a logo for my marketing agency. We did a few revisions back and forth, and this is what we came up with. So, I mean, it's not the best logo in the world, but at the time I thought that was pretty cool, pretty slick. For my logo, I've obviously got the favicon here on the left, the MS. I use that for any of my profile pictures or anything like that. And then I could use the more broad sort of horizontal logo, just like you see now for any banners on LinkedIn or Facebook or whatever it may be. Yeah, and I was really happy with it. $30 it cost me, and I've been using it for years. So that is all you need. Go on to Upwork or create your logo on Brandmark, which I'm about to show you, and that is all you need. So resources, brandmark.io is the AI logo creator that I recommend. I've created a few logos on it. It's really, really good. I think it's $50 to get all of the high quality logo files, or you could just screenshot, like you go on to brandmark.io, you put in a few keywords and tell them what kind of company you run, and it shoots you out a load of logos. You could literally just screenshot the logos if you wanted, if you didn't want to pay the $50. If you wanted all of the high quality PNG files, it will cost you, I think, around $50, not 100% sure. Alternatively, if you want like an actual graphic designer that you're going to work with, you can give them revisions back and forth, and you can have kind of like that human personal touch to create your logo, you can go to upwork.com. Really, really simple. And Squarespace is where we're going to be hosting our domains and emails. So that is what we're going to be doing now, but we're going to be going to that on a future video, and I'm going to be showing you exactly how to use Squarespace to get your domain. So I will see you in the next lesson. Agency builds out picking a niche. So obviously a super, super important lesson. Your niche is really, really crucial at the start, and there's a ton of beginner mistakes people make when starting out their agencies. So we're going to get into all of that in this lesson. So the story of the general agency versus the niche agency. Agency A is general. They don't have a niche. They believe having multiple niches will get them more clients because of the larger market size. Viewed as generalists by prospects instead of specialists who can solve specific problems. Struggle to ask for high retainers because they lack the perception of expertise. Service delivery is inconsistent and requires constant testing and tweaking for each client. Agency A will struggle to gain momentum and really scale to multi-six figures. Let's look at Agency B. They have a niche and are respected as experts in their field, able to command high retainers due to niche specific expertise and successful case studies, sign on 30 new clients monthly with a plug and play system for getting results. Agency B is on track to hit 7 figures. Be like Agency B. Now, that's not to say down the line you can go general. Eventually you can go general, but you need to niche up at the start. If you think about the biggest marketing agencies in the world, if you think about like Social Chain, or you think about any of these huge conglomerates, they offer a ton of services across a multitude of niches. They don't just niche up. But at the start, in order to get at least 400K in revenue, you need to niche up. Once you have that cash flow, once you have that reputation, those case studies, that expertise, you can branch out and offer different services. But at the start, if you want to get momentum, you need to be a master in one niche. So what qualifies a good niche? Answer yes to most of these niche specific questions to have a good niche. Not all questions require a yes, but the more yes answers, the better. Aim for at least 60% yes. Does the niche have more than 50,000 businesses across the world? Ultimately, depending on where you are, you want to look at US, you want to look at UK, and you want to look at Europe. More businesses, the easier ad conversions. Do they sell a service package product worth $500 or more, LTV, which stands for lifetime value? So is their service package product worth over $500? Have they got high ticket products? That's really, really important. Is the niche data easily accessible? So emails, phone numbers, are you able to easily data scrape data for that niche? Are they generally good at selling? So if you bring on a client and you get them all of the leads, all of the services, the clients in the world, are they good at selling? Can they close them clients? How long before they make an ROI on one client? So this is really, really important. What are their profit margins on a client? You really, really need to know this. You need to have this dialed in. This needs to be watertight. You need to know this like the back of your hands. Does this industry advertise and understand the importance of advertising? Really, really important. Check the top 10 businesses for ads, because if they don't see the value in ads, you are going to be really, really finding it difficult to sell ads to them. It's going to be excruciating. So do they perceive value in advertising? Is their service something that people need? Is their service in demand? There's no point advertising for a service that isn't in demand. And can you actually help this niche with their problems? Not a must, but a good to have. So what are their niche's pain points, and can you actually help them with those? How many of them have tried online marketing before? So is your niche something that has tried online marketing before? Has it worked? Hasn't it worked? Why? These are really, really important questions. Are these businesses usually doing more than 5K per month in revenue? Really, really important. Will they have enough money to pay you and to put into ad spend? Super, super important. Are you passionate about the niche? This is like the most important one. What do you know about this niche? Like maybe your dad owns a gym, or maybe your brother owns a dental surgery. Like, What do you know about this niche, and are you passionate about it? This is something that people forget about all the time, and it's so, so important. Do you understand the mechanics of the niche? Do you know their profit margins? Do you know their customer journey? Do you know the owner's pain points? This is so, so important. We need to know all of these things before choosing a niche. Steps to choosing a niche. Pick a niche and go through the questions that we just discussed and make sure that you are answering yes to at least 60% of the niche questions. I'm going to attach a market research question form to this lesson, and then we can use that to choose a niche. Choosing a niche is essential for agency success. A specialized agency can command higher retainers and attract more clients. Focus on niche specific expertise and plug and play a system to scale to 7 figures. So this is so, so important. If you choose the wrong niche at the start of your agency journey, you're going to bounce around, you're not going to get any momentum, and you're going to get totally frustrated. And the likelihood is you're going to stop. You're going to stop because you can't get any results, and you're going to jump on to the next business model. So choosing a niche is crucially important. And we're going to go through the research question form now in a little bit of detail. So here we are on the market research document for choosing your niche, and I've added a ton of profitable niches for you to take a look at. So here you can see I've added, probably 20 to 30 niches here that you can take a look at. So this is just for you to go and watch, research some of these niches, and maybe you'll see something here and you're like, oh, no, it looks like something I could do. But again, you should have an idea in the back of your head of a good niche for you. It's going to be something that maybe your family have done, or something you've experienced in, or maybe you worked part-time in that niche. Really important that you have some experience in that niche. Down here we have our most common niches: fitness, real estate, cannabis, contractor, e-commerce, salon, cosmetic, blah, blah, blah. You'll see these all the time. They're all over YouTube. They're very common. So they are the most common niches. And then here is your niche research. So do they have their own language, buzzwords? What are the top 5 marketing agencies in this niche? This is a really important one. You should be going on Google and typing in, let's say your niche is dentist. You should be typing in dental marketing agencies, dental Facebook ads, dental Google ads, and looking at what your competitors are doing. This is so important. And this is a simple exercise that you can do and go and do a bit of due diligence in your space. That's going to be so important and so crucial for you and your agency. Is there a built-in bias to the way they make decisions? What are their top 5 daily frustrations? What are their pain points? What are they afraid of? What keeps them up at night? What trends are occurring and will occur in the business or lives? What do they want, desire? What are they doing this for in the first place? What are their wants and desires? So important. What's common mistakes? Do they have built-in biases around marketing? Do they perceive Facebook ads or Google ads or social media marketing negatively? What do they do? How do they spend their week? What do they do outside of work? How much do they actually make? What are their concerns in life? What is their family relationship status? Are they married, divorced, single? Do they have children? How many? What is it about your service that matters to this person? How does your business better their life? Really important question. How do you actually add value to them and their business? What sorts of thoughts should go through this person's head right before they decide to purchase your service? What makes them pull the trigger? What is their level of education? What have they accomplished personally and commercially with their business? If this sounds like a lot of friggin' detail and it's kind of like making your head spin, yes, this is what's going to separate you from other agencies. Going into this detail and knowing your niche like the back of your hand. Remember, this work, if this seems like a lot of work, answering all these questions, doing all of this research, this is what's going to separate you from all the other agency owners that come in and dip their feet in the water and get frustrated and spin the hamster wheel and don't get any results. This is the work. This is what's going to separate you from other agency owners. Going the extra mile, answering all these questions, knowing your niche inside out. So important. And if we scroll down here, we can see the questions that we went through on the presentation in terms of what makes a good niche. You need to answer all of these questions, and you need to be hitting at least 60% of yeses. So again, let me reiterate, if this seems like a lot of detail, that's because it is. This is what's going to separate you from all the other agency owners that just come in. Like, it's crazy how people choose niches these days in SMMA. Like, they watch a YouTube video, or they think med spas sounds good, or they heard someone does law firms. Like, it's totally backwards. You don't just choose a niche and then find out if it fits for you. You do this research. You do this due diligence. It goes back to that old saying. You get out what you put in. So answer all of these questions. Do a ton of research. You should probably spend like a week or two just researching your niche. and figuring out whether it's a good fit for you, because if you choose the wrong niche, you're going to be swimming up current. On my YouTube channel, I use the analogy, if you went to the gym to train biceps and you use the treadmill, what result would you get? You would not get the result you're after. That's like SMMA. Going to do well in SMMA or trying to run a successful agency with the wrong niche, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to be swimming against the current and you're going to find it very, very difficult to get results. So this lesson is really, really important. Take notes, go and do your niche research. I'll attach this document to the bottom of the lesson and I will see you in the next one. Okay, $100 million offers. In this lesson, we're going to be looking at how Alex Hormozi teaches to craft offers. Really, really important that we have an absolute killer, bulletproof offer. This is one of the most important things when starting your agency. So let's get into what Alex teaches. Introduction. Rarely do you come across someone who freely shares genuinely valuable information without expecting anything in return. This is exactly what Alex Hormozi accomplishes with his widely acclaimed book, $100 Million Offers. And this book is a constant source of information and knowledge for absolutely everyone. It's extremely, extremely impressive, and it is very, very popular in the SMMA community. Takeaways. In this presentation, I'm going to highlight 8 crucial takeaways from the book that can be applied to your business immediately. No fluff, just actionable insights to propel your agency forward. But before we get into it, I want you to go and at least buy $100 million offers, if not $100 million leads as well. These are Alex's 2 books. They are both phenomenal. They are both very, very related to the SMMA space and to the agency space. Alex essentially started with a gym agency. Really, really great books. I've read both of them multiple times, so I'd highly recommend going and buying these if you can. Okay, topics we're going to cover. Number 1, why a compelling offer is key. Number 2, making an offer so good people feel stupid saying no. Number 3, growth versus stagnation. Number 4, the commodification trap. Number 5, choosing the right market. Number 6, the value equation, my standout takeaway from that also. And number 7, creating and packaging your Grand Slam offer. And then after that, examples of successful Grand Slam offers. Okay, so let's get straight into it. Why a compelling offer is key. The offer is the starting point of any transaction with a customer. Should your proposal lack appeal, you lose any potential interest from the prospect side, ending any possibilities of making a sale. Really, really important. Your offer is what gets your foot in the door. Your offer is what catches people's attention. That is what's going to separate you from all of the 99% agencies that have a crappy offer, crappy sales process, and are just going absolutely nowhere. So if you have a bulletproof, rock solid, compelling offer from day one, it is going to make you stand out from the crowd. This is why presenting a compelling offer is key to draw in new customers. It's why Alex Hormozi calls it the $100 million offer, and it's an offer so irresistible that turning it down would seem ridiculous to the customer. Make the customer feel stupid for saying no. Good offers just aren't enough. They are lackluster. Hormozi describes the ideal kind of offer as a Grand Slam offer. You'll see this further in point 7. However, we need to continuously reshape our offers until they become compelling. Strive to make every single offer you have a $100 million offer. So what do I mean by that? Our offer is not going to be the finished article, the finished product from day one, but we need to continuously reshape and improve and optimize our offer so it gets to be an absolute no-brainer offer. Growth versus stagnation. In business, you're either growing or dying, stagnating. There's no in-between. Here are the 3 main strategies for growth. Attract new customers, increase the average transaction value per customer, encourage customers to make repeat purchases. Continuously focus on enhancing these 3 areas to guarantee the sustainability of your business. The commodification trap. If you're competing on price with other agencies, congratulations, you have commoditized yourself. Instead of basing your price on the value it is delivering, which is what you should be doing, you've based it on what other people are charging. Warren Buffett said, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Really, really important. If you're just doing what everyone else is doing, you are going to commoditize yourself. That is not what you want. You want to base your pricing on your offer and what the value in the offer is warranting. Your goal should be to set the highest possible price. However, to justify higher prices, you need to provide exceptional value. Ensure that your pricing is directly connected to the value offered. If I charge you 10K but you knew you'd make 1 million, you'd never say no, right? That's exactly what I mean. And we're going to get into this in future lessons. But if you are showing the customer, the prospect, dangling the cart in front of them of what you can do for them, then you can justify these large prices. But we will get into more of that soon. Commodification trap and exit plan. Base your pricing solely on value and leave the never-ending commodification trap. Not competing on price means you will never get into a race to the bottom and you can pay more to acquire customers. But most importantly, you position yourself in a unique category. The value you deliver is unparalleled. Making comparisons with others is irrelevant. You establish yourself in a singular, unmatched category. Choosing the right market. This is also really, really important, and we discussed choosing our niche in previous lessons. But if you're addressing a problem for a market that is either too small or on the decline, inaccessible to you, or unwilling and unable to pay for your solution, then realistically you do not have a viable business model. And again, we touched on this in previous lessons. This goes back to choosing the wrong niche, i.e. choosing the wrong market. Those three things are very, very relevant. If the market is too small or on the decline, if it's inaccessible to you, or if it's unwilling or unable to pay for your solution, then you are not going to do well. So choosing the right market is extremely important. Choosing a killer market makes everything downstream easier. These are Hormozi's 4 key descriptors of a great market. Big pain. They must need what you're selling. They must need lead flow. They must need customers. They must need sales. Purchasing power. They must be able to pay for it. So whether you're in home improvement, whether you're in dentistry, whether you're in auto repair, whatever it may be, you need to make sure that they have the purchasing power to pay for your services. Easy to reach. You must be able to get to them. So this is a really, really important one. You must be able to get to that person. I'll give you an example. In my own agency, we did dentistry in and around for about 6 months as a niche, and it was an absolute nightmare because the owner of dental practices are called principal dentists, and they are usually the main surgeons in that practice. So every single day they're on the chair with clients doing root canals, doing Invisalign, whatever it may be, the procedures they have going on that day. So they are an absolute nightmare to get on the phone or to get on LinkedIn or whatever it may be. So that is not easy to reach. That's not what you want. You want to make sure that your niche is easy to reach, or you'll never get in front of prospects. Number 4, growing. If it's shrinking, your business dies. So you want to be in a growing market. You want to be in a growing niche. You don't want to be one that's in decline. I'll give you an example on this. A couple of years ago, med spas was a very, very good niche. However, due to saturation, it is now on decline. There's too many people doing it. You want a niche that is growing. You don't want a niche that is on the decline. The value equation. There are 4 key elements to how valuable an offer is perceived to be. 1, dream outcome. 2, likelihood of achieving the outcome. 3, time delay. And 4, effort and sacrifice to achieve the dream outcome. This is a little picture of the value equation, and you can see there on the top the dream outcome multiplied by the perceived likelihood of that achievement divided by time delay multiplied by effort and sacrifice equals value. So just try and wrap your head around that. I know it's a little bit complicated if you haven't seen this before. The dream outcome multiplied by the perceived likelihood of achievement divided by the time delay multiplied by the effort and sacrifice. That is the value equation. Here's how they all fit together. The higher the first 2 on the top line, the higher the perceived value. The lower the second 2 on the bottom line, the higher the perceived value. So you want the top line, if we go back, you want the dream outcome and the perceived likelihood of achievement to be as high as possible. And you want the lower line, the higher the perceived value, if they are as low as possible. So the time delay and the effort and sacrifice. So just to reiterate, top line, dream outcome, perceived likelihood of achievement, as high as possible. Bottom line, time delay, effort and sacrifice as low as possible. And that is how we get the value equation to be as optimized and high as possible. Examples. No social proof. Likelihood of achievement equals lower potential value. Fast fulfillment time equals more potential value. Do-it-yourself deliverables versus done-for-you alternatives, lower potential value. So there are just some examples of how you can get the top line higher and the bottom line lower. Creating your Grand Slam offer. The following process is about enhancing not just how you present your offer, but also your product. A crucial point to remember is that if your product is subpar, it's impossible to create a $100 million offer or a Grand Slam offer. During this process, you might identify additional challenges to your customers face that your current product does not address. Let's clarify, what exactly is a Grand Slam offer? Consider the Grand Slam offer as the pinnacle expression of what your business provides to its customers. It will serve as the foundation for all your marketing and sales materials. Here are 5 steps around building a $100 million or Grand Slam offer. Number 1, identify the dream outcome the customer wants. So your prospects, your niche, your avatar, what is their goal? What is their dreams? What are their hopes and aspirations? You should know this from the research you've done from the niche lesson, but if you haven't, identify the dream outcome the customer wants. 2, List the problems they face in getting there. So you should again know this from your niche research. What is your niche's problems? Is it lead flow? Is it peaks and troughs? Is it quality of customer? Is it keeping the customer around? Is it getting the lifetime value? You should know all of this, but in order to create your Grand Slam offer, you need to list the problems they face in getting there. Number 3, list solutions to each of those problems as if you're offering it to them. So for each and every single problem, I want you to list multiple solutions of how you would solve those problems. Number 4, decide how you deliver the solution. So is it through social media management? Is it through Facebook ads? Is it through Google ads? Is it a culmination of all 3? Is it SEO? You need to decide on how you are going to deliver this solution. Is it providing warm leads? Is it doing appointment setting for that company? You need to decide how you're going to blow them away with the service. And number 5, edit, refine, and stack. In other words, optimize, optimize, optimize. Your first offer that you create is not going to be the most killer Grand Slam offer that you will create. It's going to be your MVP, your minimal viable product, but you need to edit, refine, stack, and optimize constantly. Step 1, dream outcome. What does your customer experience when they arrive at the destination? Let's use 3 hypothetical examples. I lost 20 pounds. I can run 5 kilometers in 30 minutes. I just earned 10K in revenue. Step 2, what is stopping them from achieving the outcome? Here are some common hurdles to weight loss: eating healthily, snacking, hate exercise, staying motivated. Don't stop there. For each problem, there might be multiple sub-problems associated. Example, eating healthily involves buying, preparing, and eating healthy foods. And for each of those sub-problems, there might be different versions. Buying healthy food is hard. I don't know what's good or bad. Preparing healthy food is time-consuming. Remember the value equation? If you apply each of the 4 elements to each problem, you can probably get at least another 4. More problems equals more opportunity to create value. Step 3. What are all the solutions to each one of those customer problems? A good framework for this is, imagine you're explaining to someone the solution to problem X in a blog post. What would you title it? Do that for every single solution. Examples: how to know what to buy when eating healthily, how to quickly buy healthy food, the best low-cost healthy foods to buy, how to avoid the snack aisle when trying to buy your healthy food. When it comes to brainstorming solutions, here's the essential strategy. Number 1, recognize that there are numerous methods to address a problem. And number 2, document all ideas regardless of how ridiculous they sound. In step 5, we'll shift through these ideas to eliminate the less viable ones. For now, let your creativity run free. We'll fine tune later. Step 4, delivery. Now you've got the solutions, how do you deliver them? There are a few factors affecting the difficulty to deliver. The 2 most important ones are 1, level of attention per customer per sale, and 2, level of effort required per sale. Examples. Number 1, delivering one-to-one coaching is a lot more effort than a 1 to 200 live call. Or number 2, selling an ebook with your best information in it is a lot less effort than delivering a live class for every sale. Your initial solutions will fit somewhere on the scale of difficulty to deliver, depending on the possibilities for each of those factors. Step 5, refine. You've got the solutions and you know how you're going to deliver them. Now we rank each by number 1, cost to deliver, and number 2, value. Now you've ranked them, start by removing 1, all low cost, low value solutions, and 2, high cost, low value solutions. So read that again. Now that you've ranked your solutions, start by removing all low cost, low value solutions. So that means they don't cost you very much and they're not bringing a lot of value. And number 2, any high cost, low value solutions. So they cost you a lot of money or they cost you a lot of time, but they're not actually bringing a lot of value. Not sure how to decide on the value for the customer? Use the value equation like this. Number 1, does it match their dream outcome? Number 2, how likely is it to contribute to the outcome? Number 3, how much sacrifice is required? Number 4, how much time investment before seeing results? Use these questions to craft the offer and refine it as you get to the final stage on step 5. Look at the options that fall into the high cost, high value category. Your personal preferences will largely influence what remains on this list. Take, for instance, the idea of moving into a client's house for 6 weeks to provide step-by-step weight loss coaching. This would offer immense value, but also come at a significant cost to you, both in time and resources. But the question is, would you do it? Eliminate those solutions that don't align with your willingness or practicality. Retain those that are realistic and appealing for a customer to purchase. Also take into account your target market in this step. After this, we should have a list of solutions that have an excellent value-cost ratio. Now it's time to bundle them all together into an ultra high-value offer for the customer. For each of the solutions you have chosen, give it a name and explain the value. Okay, so let's get into an example. The Foolproof Healthy Grocery System, which saves you hundreds of hours per month on food and time and takes the difficult decisions out of your hands. There's $1,000 worth of value for what it costs. Then you want to elaborate further. You get do-it-yourself grocery calculator, weekly shopping lists, grocery buddy system. Do this for every single solution in your offer and you will likely have a lengthy document. Packaging your Grand Slam offer. We now know our $100 million offer. The next objective is to render it absolutely irresistible. Our aim here is twofold. Number one, boost demand through compelling communication. And number two, simultaneously decrease supply by offering fewer units but at a higher price point. We do this through 1, scarcity, 2, urgency, 3, bonuses, 4, guarantees, and 5, naming. Let's get into that in more detail. Scarcity. You can create scarcity in 3 broad ways. Number 1, a limited supply of slots or seats, normally for a certain period, month, cohort, etc. Number 2, a limited supply of bonuses, only qualify for value add-ons for X period. Or number 3, never available again. So those are the 3 main aspects of creating scarcity. Number 2, urgency. While scarcity is based on the limited quantity of a product or service, urgency is driven by time constraints. Just as we restricted the availability of your product or service in step 1 in terms of quantity, we now focus on limiting the time frame in which potential clients can access it. You can do this by using things like cohort-based delivery running periodically, seasonal urgency, New Year promo ends January 30th, pricing urgency. Price goes up every day until the end of January. Get in now to lock in your price. Use these to decrease the time frame over which your service is delivered. Number 3, bonuses. What's a bonus? Well, remember, where we created our offer in each section, we had a list of what you get. We're going to use those elements and stack them as bonuses on top of our primary offer. Bonuses rely on this concept. A single offer is less valuable than the same offer broken into its component parts and stacked as bonuses. Alex Hormozi. Rather than presenting our Grand Slam offer as a single entity, we're going to adopt a different strategy. We introduce our main product at a specific price and then sequentially add multiple bonuses. And this is how we can really dangle the carrot in front of prospects. By establishing a clear price point linked to your primary product or service, you provide customers with a tangible understanding of what they're receiving for that cost. As you list each bonus included, the perceived value of the entire package begins to significantly outweigh the initial set price. This continues until it becomes stupid to pass up the offer. So if you are offering a service for X amount and on top of that you have 10 killer bonuses that the customer really resonates with and that has a ton of value for them, it's going to be stupid for them to pass up on the offer. Hence why your Grand Slam offer can be so effective and impactful. Guarantees. Guarantees are arguably the most potent enhancement you can add to your offer. They serve to mitigate the risk associated with the decision-making process for your customers. Offering guarantees can significantly reassure customers and facilitate their purchasing decisions. So there are 4 types of guarantees. 1, unconditional, no matter what guarantees. 2, conditional, you must do some minimum thing to qualify. 3, anti-guarantees, sales are final. And 4, implied guarantees, performance-based revenue models, so pay per appointment, and so on. Example guarantee, earn 10K in 3 months or you don't pay. So guarantees can be a really crucial tool for making it a no-brainer, no-risk decision for your prospect. And number 5, naming. Successfully naming your offer is key to grab the attention of your prospects. Once secured, you can then utilize the solution packages we've developed earlier to persuade them to make a purchase. The name of your offer should be compelling and resonate with the needs or desires of your target audience, paving the way for a successful transaction. For some inspiration, here are some example offer names. 60-minute make your friends jealous model hair system. $2,000 off celebrity smile transformation. 5 clients in 5 days blueprint. They all use the components of Alex Hormozi's magic formula. M for magnet, make a magnetic reason. A, avatar, announce the avatar. G, goal, give them a goal. I, interval, indicate a time interval. And C, container, complete with a container word. So Grand Slam examples. What are some examples of Grand Slam offers that you can use as an inspiration to build your own? First, let's start with the one that Hormozi uses in his book. So here's Alex's offer that he used for his gym agency. So let's get straight into it. Pay one time, No recurring fee, no retainer, just cover the ad spend. I'll generate the leads and work your leads for you, and only pay me if people show up. I'll guarantee you 20 people in your first month and your next month free. I'll also provide all the best practices from our businesses just like yours, daily sales coaching for your staff, tested scripts, tested price points, and offers to swipe and deploy, sales recording, and everything else you need to sell and fulfill your customers. I'll give you the entire playbook for Insert Industry absolutely for free for just becoming a client. So in a nutshell, I'm feeding people into your business, showing you exactly how to sell them and that you get them at the highest prices, which means you make the most money possible. How does that sound? So this is the one that Alex uses in his book. Although this is obviously a really good offer and I really like this, I think it could be improved. So let's look at an option where we could maybe make it a less wordy and how we could improve it. Your leads on tap SEO partner. We'll turn your website into an asset that generates non-stop leads for your business using SEO. Every day when your team sits down at work, there will be a stream of leads waiting for them to convert into customers. The best part is we only get paid when you get results. No bulky retainers, no recurring fees. When your CRM starts filling up with leads, that's when we get paid. Made it a little bit smaller there, a little bit less wordy, a little bit more digestible, and that is a really, really rock solid grand slam offer. So this is the second part. I have then went ahead and added bonuses to increase the perceived value like we discussed earlier in the lesson. As soon as you sign up, you'll get a custom SEO strategy designed specifically for your business, a list of actionable steps from a full site audit to improve your technical performance, 20 low-hanging fruit keywords that will increase your traffic fast, 3 backlinks delivered within 14 days, a set of SOPs built by industry experts that your team can use to help them deliver content that ranks and maintain your current website performance. Because we position ourselves as your SEO partner, not an agency, we only have bandwidth to service so many clients. We have 3 slots available for the month of July. So there you go, a really, really excellent bonus section. And see how I've said down there, SEO partner, not an agency. This can be a really, really good way to kind of get like the negative skepticism around an agency partner. You are just their marketing partner as opposed to an agency. So there you go. That is Alex's 8 crucial takeaways from his book, $100 Million Offers. Really, really excellent stuff for when you're crafting your offer. So hopefully you found some value in this lesson. I will be doing future lessons on how we can craft an offer specific to agencies, but this is really, really valuable stuff. Alex is the offer king. So research this lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, we've talked about how Alex Hormozi creates Grand Slam offers, but that was more of a general lesson and general principles around crafting your offer. So now we are going to look at agency-specific principles and SOPs in order to craft an offer for our marketing agency. So let's get into it. Creating your offer. When creating your offer, there are 14 steps to follow. Number 1, define who the offer is for, then define the outcome, define the time frame, establish the methodology, create the value factors, reverse the risk, give the client a safety net, polarize, ultimatum, packaging, pricing, creating a short form message, a long form message, a strategy, and then a pitch. So number 1, define who the offer is for. Understanding our target audience is crucial. Different market segments have unique challenges. Take, for instance, the variability in needs between gym owners. Not all are looking to boost membership numbers. Similarly, not all agencies are seeking assistance with boosting their sales figures. You need to ask yourself the following. What is your target niche? What exact issue does your service resolve within this niche? What objectives do individuals in your niche aim to achieve when grappling with this issue? What are the consequences of facing this problem? What measures have they previously taken to address this issue? What is their current situation? What is their desired situation? What do they truly want? What do they believe? What do they think? And what do you know to be true about their lives that you can use in your messaging? So very related to the Hormozi lesson and very related to the niche lesson, you need to ask yourself all of these questions. Number 2, define the outcome. The promise of your service should align with what your niche aspires to achieve or address specific challenges that hinder their progress. For instance, improving event attendance rates to 95% or facilitating a streak of 100 days of healthy eating. These specific outcomes are steps towards resolving broader issues such as increasing profitability or losing weight. Ensure that the result you're offering matches the desires of your niche rather than merely reflecting your capabilities. Ask yourself these questions also. What big promise do you intend on keeping? What's the bold claim? How can you make this promise tangible, numbers-based? Where will someone be after your solved problem? How will they feel once they have this outcome? What is the end state they will be in after working with you? What will this mean to them? What doors does it open for them? Why is this outcome important to them? What unconscious drives does this outcome accomplish? How does this outcome move them closer to their desired situation? And what will their next desired state be once the first one is achieved? Number 3, define the time frame. Your offer's time frame can be structured on a monthly basis or set over a specific duration. I have the preference for crafting offers that span a defined period rather than on a recurring monthly schedule. For example, proposing 100 appointments in 90 days tends to be more appealing than 30 appointments every single month. Ask yourself the following question. What is a realistic time frame for you to deliver on your promise? Why does it take this long? And how could you reduce the time frame? Number 4, establish methodology. What steps, instructions need to be followed for the outcome to be achieved? If running a done-for-you service, this is where you explain the steps you take. If running a done-with-you coaching solution, list the steps they will take. Ask yourself the following questions. What components are at the core of your product? How do they help achieve the outcome? List what needs to be done in detail to achieve the outcome. What are the most important items on the list? What are the least important? Can they be removed while still achieving the outcome? Now redo the list but make each step simple. Can a 10-year-old understand them? If not, you need to simplify your list. So again, it goes back to the Hormozy lesson, but this is more specific to your agency. Number 5, create value factors. The elements of value within your approach underscore the effectiveness of your methods and the reasons you are the right choice to implement or guide the execution. Even though competitors might offer similar strategies, the distinctive factor is the particular way in which we carry them out. Next, I want you to list any potential challenge, objection, or difficulty that may arise in relation to each aspect of your approach that the prospect might perceive. Presenting a methodology is something anyone can do. However, the key is in convincing the prospect of its effectiveness. They will be convinced if they see no significant hurdles linked to it. For example, a step in the process could be initiate 200 cold calls daily. It's important to anticipate any issue, barrier, or dissent that might be tied to this step in the process. Then demonstrate your added value by detailing how you address these issues, navigate these barriers, or nullify these objections. Here's an example. So make 200 cold calls daily. Immediate problems that spring to mind in the prospect's mind. I don't want to make the calls. I'm going to have to pay for dials, not appointments. I don't know where to find people to call. I don't know what to say on the call. How will I know who to talk to? To create factors of value, you simply invert these problems into solution. We'll help you source qualified pay-per-call cold callers. We'll help source qualified lists and owners' names, providing proprietary scripts and templates that convert very, very highly. So you can see what I've done there. I've taken the immediate problems and I've literally created value by simply inverting these problems into solutions. This is how value is created. The outcome and methodology are important, but the factors of value make it feel real and possible. If there are problems or obstacles you feel you can't overcome, but you know exist, it's time to get learning and adapt your product. Note, stay in your lane and don't go overboard with this. If you're a marketing agency selling appointments, you don't need to source sales talent to close them. However, if you did, your offer will be absolutely insane. Remember that this all needs to be in balance. Things seem and feel more valuable when they solve more mini obstacles and problems that prevent us solving a macro obstacle of a problem. After all, a big problem is just a collection of little problems. Next, ask yourself what you can trim away to maximize profit and value while minimizing operational costs and drag. Think 80-20, where 80% of the value is coming from. Keep that. So number 6, reverse the risk, provide a safety net. To make your offer more attractive, reduce the risk for the customer. People prefer offers that don't leave them open to loss. They want to be sure that they won't be worse off after using your service. To do this, offer a guarantee or a promise that makes them feel secure in choosing you. This shows you stand behind your offer and have nothing to lose. Answer the following. Do you guarantee that if someone follows your methodology, they will achieve the outcome? If no, why not? There are probably further factors of value you need to create. If yes, build out your guarantee. Will you offer a refund? Are you willing to go in the red if it doesn't work? Will you work for free if it doesn't work? What could you give them as an apology if it doesn't work? Are you willing to work on a performance basis? How are you aligning with incentives? What incentive do you have to actually make sure this works? Really, really crucial questions to build your guarantee around. A strong guarantee can make your offer more convincing and can encourage customers to follow your recommended methods closely. People tend to commit better when they feel secure. If you're hesitant about offering a risk reversal, remember it's about the numbers. Even if you have to refund a few customers, the guarantee could be the reason many more signed up in the first place, making it beneficial overall. Position your risk reversal. Phrases like pay on results or pay on performance, or we only profit when you do, or legally bound guarantee, or no win, no fee, are really good ways to include that risk reversal. Number 7, polarize. Now we want to exclude certain members of your niche who you can't help. Excluding or disqualifying people makes people who are included and qualified feel even more so. Answer the following. Who can't you help? Who is the outcome not for? What mindset would someone need in order for you to not work with them? And I'll give you a quick example here of my coaching business. So an offer you could use is, I help agencies at 20k per month scale to 100k per month. So by doing that, you're disqualifying anyone below 20k per month. So subconsciously, if an agency owner is doing in and around 20k per month, they know that they can only work with me if they get to that margin. So you're disqualifying anyone below that, and you're making those people at 20k per month feel even more qualified to join that program. So that's what I mean by polarizing and disqualifying people. Number 8, ultimatum. Next, list out the best and worst case scenario for someone taking you up on your offer. We want to set a contrast between upside and downside, recognizing that there is infinite upside and very little downside. This creates even more value. What is the best case and what is the worst case scenario? So let's look at a quick example. You can either implement the infrastructure and agency accelerator and add 20k per month in new monthly revenue in minimum 6 months, or you can implement it and not make any money, receive a full refund, get a complimentary $1,000 wired to your bank account, complimentary coaching for 6 months free of charge, you net $1,000 and retain access to all of our proven systems for free. So you can see by using a really strong guarantee how powerful this is, because as an agency owner, you would feel silly saying no to that. So that is what we're going for here. That's why we go back to Alex Hormozi's $100 million offer, and that's what we're trying to get at here. This is really important and crucial stuff, because if you have an offer like that, it's going to make you so much more likely to land clients. Number 9, packaging. Now it's time to reposition your product against the assumptions of the market. Think, people don't buy chocolate bars, they buy a gateway to temporary bliss. Example, health coaching. I'm selling a diet and workout plan. Packaged, I'm selling a new, easily followed lifestyle that will guarantee you lose 30 pounds in 6 months. So do you see what I've done there? I've focused on the result down the line as opposed to what's actually being sold. So you have to think, what is the desired outcome that prospects like? You can also use metaphors to create packaging for your offers. So let's look at a lead gen done for you ads offer that's selling Facebook ads and funnel. How could we package that? We could say, we are selling an ocean of infinite appointments and a fleet of appointment setters to fish it 24/7 for your business. So you see what I've done there? Really strong and powerful and eye-catching offer. So let's look at an e-com done for you email marketing. We are selling Clavico automations and templates. How can we package that? We are selling an endless conveyor belt of qualified traffic to your store. So that is how we can use metaphors to really make an eye-catching offer. So answer the following. If you brought it back to bare bones, what are you actually selling? Answer as you would have before this training, e.g. Facebook ads or a course, or like those bare bones offers that we discussed in that previous slide. The above answer likely positions you in the same way as everyone else. Now you need to answer the following. How do you make this sound sexy and align with what they want in as few words as possible? Really important that we have a short, snappy 1 or 2 lines that really catches the eye and stands out to the prospect. So let's talk about pricing for your offer. Answer the following. What is your competition charging for a similar outcome? What is the outcome you're promising worth to someone? What are they going to be willing to pay for it? At which point does price exceed value? What do you think the outcome is worth in monetary terms? What are you going to charge? If you 2x your price, what value would you need to apply to justify it? If you 2x your price, what value would you need to add to justify it? If you 5x your price, what value would you need to add to justify it? If you 10x your price, what value would you need to add to justify it? Really key questions. If you're unsure as to whether or not your newfound methodology and factors of value will actually achieve the outcome, make sure your pricing guarantee isn't structured so you'd enter the red zone, or consider on a pay on performance model with a small upfront fee. So that is it for this lesson. That is how we are going to craft our agency offer. I hope that was valuable, and I want you to use this lesson and the Alex Hormozi $100 million Grand Slam offer lesson to really craft an absolutely cracking offer. Your offer is what is going to get you your results. If you have an amazing offer, that will improve your results to no end. So study these lessons in huge detail. Create an absolute Grand Slam killer savage offer and watch them sales roll in. So free trials when you're starting your agency, something I get asked about all the time. Should I offer a free trial when I'm starting my agency just to get some clients in, just to get some momentum? So let's get into it. Introduction. Many new agency owners lack confidence in selling their services at their full fee or any price at all. Some consider offering free trials to gain experience and attract clients. However, this approach can reveal limiting beliefs and a lack of self-confidence. Common limiting beliefs. I'm new to the game. Why would anyone hire me? I need to offer free trials to build my portfolio and gain experience, or this is an easy way to get my foot in the door. If I offer a free trial, I can prove my worth and secure long-term clients. This is probably what a lot of you are thinking, or a lot of people I've spoken to are thinking, to warrant offering a free trial. The importance of confidence. As a business owner, it's crucial to be confident in the value you bring to the table. Offering services for free can undermine your authority and make fee negotiations difficult. You want to set the tone for an equal and mutually beneficial relationship with your clients from day one. And we would have spoke about this in the sales module. Confidence is so important. You don't want the prospect or the business owner that you're working with to hold all the cards, to have all the leverage, because if you're offering them a free trial, that's what they have. If they're saying this guy is willing to work for free for me, then I have all of the leverage and I can push him around. And even if you perform well and then you start charging them money, they're going to push you around in negotiations because they have all the leverage. You want to charge for your expertise. Remember, you are the experts and experts charge for their expertise. Your goal is to deliver excellent results and quantify the value you provide. Charging a fee ensures your clients take your service seriously and fosters collaboration. Benefits of charging a fee. Clients who invest in your service are more likely to be proactive in helping you achieve success. They have a stake in the game and are motivated to see positive outcomes. It demonstrates that your service holds value and is worth paying for. So if, for instance, what I'm getting at here is if you're working with a client and they have absolutely no skin in the game, are they going to create those high quality creatives for you? Are they going to push their sales rep to close those appointments? Are they going to really optimize everything on their end in terms of their CRO or their website or helping you with the funnels? Probably not, because they have no skin in the game. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. However, if they pay you $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, they are going to be a lot more motivated to make this work, and they're going to be doing everything they can on their end to make it work. The business objective. Your agency is here to make a profit, and offering services for free undermines that objective. Instead, focus on pricing your services according to your worth or value. Charge what you're worth. It's likely more than you think. And this goes back to our offer lessons. We need to associate a high perceived value with our offer and our services. That way, we can justify charging 1, 2, 3K per month, and it all makes sense, and we'll make money in the process. Because remember, that's what our agency is here to do. It's here to make money. We don't want to be working for free, grinding our fingers to the bone for no money. That is not what we want to be doing here. And no exceptions. Be honest with yourself about why you consider free trials and challenge any limiting beliefs. Embrace your expertise and charge for the value you provide. Watch your agency thrive and grow with confidence. And once you get those first couple of clients and they start paying you the retainers and you start getting excellent results and you start to grow with confidence, everything is going to snowball and you're going to get serious momentum. So conclusion, confidence in selling is essential for agency success. Charge for your expertise and services to establish authority and value, and your agency is a business and it deserves to be compensated for its worth. The purpose of us starting these marketing agencies is to make money for our company and to make money for ourselves. We want to allow the prospects to perceive a massive amount of value, and they will be happy to pay us for that. Okay, so fee structures. How can we structure our fees? How do we charge? What are the different strategies? What are the different methods? Let's get straight into it. So payment options. You've got pay per lead, pay per appointment, pay per show, pay per sale. Management fee, which is a flat rate plus advertising separate. You've got management fee plus advertising paid in full. You've got pay per performance, return on ROAS, percentage on media buying, revenue share, profit share. You've got a one-time payment, pay for a system or setup, And then you can mix those options. You got like a fee and a pay per appointment, or pay per show, or pay per sale. And then you've got a one-time fee plus pay per X. Then you've got a flat fee on ad spend. Then you've got a one-time fee on performance. So there's loads and loads of different variations you can do here. Let's get into the pros and cons of each one. Okay, types of performance-based fees. The niche you're working with has a massive effect on what performance-based payment plan you should be using. So if we look at something like e-com, it works really well with a percentage of ad spend or a percentage of revenue generated. Why? Because you can track it very, very easily. Because you can see on Facebook Ads Manager exactly how much has been spent and how much money has been made. So if you've made 10K in that month and you're on a 10% rev share, you know that you're owed $1,000. International national lead gen, so a percentage of total ad spend, example 20%, 30% of ad spend, and a fixed cost per result, so leads, appointments, show-ups, and sales. Local lead gen, local businesses usually have small budgets, so choose something that allows you to scale with a client. Pay per lead, pay per appointment, pay per sale, all of those models. I prefer using a flat fee or a one-time attached to some sort of a guarantee for local businesses. Agencies that work heavily through performance-based payments work the best with big clients, so remember that. So if you want paid on performance, your client needs to have a relatively decent ad spend. I would say minimum $3,000 per month. So pay per lead, appointment, show, sale. Let's get into the positives and negatives. The first positive is easy to sell. You know, if you're paying on per lead, appointment, show up, and sale, very, very easy to sell that because you're only getting paid when you provide results for the client. It's great for outreach, great for getting appointments because it's eye-catching, there's no risk with the prospect. And you can scale with the client, meaning you lead less clients than a standard flat fee agency if you can get really, really good results. A great pay per X agency usually needs 50% less clients to make the same as a flat fee agency when they can get really, really good results. So if you have your service delivery absolutely dialed in and you're doing pay per lead, you can scale very, very quickly. As you see here, you need 50% less clients than a normal flat fee agency to get the same results. Let's look at the negatives. You actually have to make your clients money. Lead quality becomes absolutely crucial. It can be unpredictable in terms of cash flow and revenue because obviously there are a lot of different factors, and clients need to be good. You need to be working with really, really good clients that have a good sales process, that have a good website, that have good funnels, that have branding. All that good stuff is really, really important. Scaling is more difficult due to the added complexity in the business, billing, results, tracking, all of that. So that is the positives and negatives if you're going to go on a pay per lead, appointment, show, or sale. So the next one is management fee, flat retainer, plus advertising spend. Positive, it's clean and easy, no currency conversions or credit card fees. There's also a low bar to entry. Clients don't have to break the bank to sign up. The negatives are there's difficult management. You have to watch the money like a hawk and make sure budgets are being met. No credit score benefits because of the paying for ads. Client has a lot of power when they control the advertising budget and card, meaning more client support is needed. The next one we're looking at is management fee, flat rate, plus advertising paid in full. So the client essentially pays you your retainer and the ad spend all in one go. Positives are you can get credit card bonuses because you're in control of the ad spend. It's a simple way to sell, no complication, one price per month and everything is handled. Easier to scale, there's control, no decline cards, disputes, all of that. The more you spend on Facebook, the better your relationship gets with Facebook, which has its benefits. The negatives are big upfront payments. Most clients don't like that. Fees, currency conversions, all of that good stuff, pricing issues, and also the dispute risk. So that is the positives and negatives of just including everything in one, your retainer and the ad spend. They just pay you that and you look after absolutely everything. They don't need to worry about anything else. Pay per performance. So the positives are you need good rapport, a good relationship with the client in order to sell them this in the first place. Involves a lot of trust between the agency and the client. Amazing way to scale your revenue without adding more clients. Profitable if done correctly, and a great offer and super easy to market. Negative, bad clients. For example, if a client doesn't want to pay what's owed because they're obviously in control of the money. A client business needs to be good and has to know how to get results with what you generate and does not require a lot of commitment from the client. So that is the pros and cons of pay on performance. But as we discussed in earlier slides, you want to have a minimum $3,000 ad spend if you're going to even touch pay on performance. That's really, really important. Okay, one-time payment, pay for a system or setup. The positives are it's really easy to scale without complexity. It's easy to deliver. It's a copy and paste system and allows for faster product improvement. The negatives are it's expensive for clients, unpredictable revenue, requires a lot of consistency in the business, and the client needs to be willing to do it themselves after you are done. So do the math. Whatever option you choose, stick with it. If you have 10 different options on how to get paid as an agency, I can tell you right now, you're not going to make a lot of money. Everything is going to be all over the place. You need to have a plug and play model. Choose a scalable business model. It shouldn't just work for your first clients. It should also work for your next 50. Do the math and make sure whatever your payment option is, you're choosing that it is first of all profitable and second of all scalable. Important things to remember. Charge based on value, what you're worth. Do not undercharge, do not go cheap, because that is going to be a low perceived value with the prospect. Know the industry you are working in, profit margins, all of that good stuff is really, really important. If your industry has super low profit margins, are you going to be able to charge $5,000 a month? Most likely not. Does your pricing make sense? Does your pricing actually work for what you're offering? Is there a good value exchange? Get commitment from the client on day one, setup fee, upfront payments, etc., and figure out what your biggest competitors are doing. That's a really, really important point. And we would discuss that in previous lessons. Go and Google your niche followed by agency and look at who's running ads. Just literally Google home improvement marketing agency or whatever your niche is. Look who's running ads, because the likelihood is if they're running ads, they're doing quite well because they can afford ad spend. And look at what they're offering. Look at what the leaders, the outliers in your niche are offering. Agency services. So some of you might be watching this module thinking, what the hell am I even going to do for a client? What are my options? Your head might be spinning. So let's get into what your options actually are. But first and foremost, let's look at some fundamentals. Focus on solving a problem. Identify problems in your niche that people are willing to pay to fix. Simplify your offerings to one product or service with one price. That's really important, and this isn't the first time you'll have heard me talk about that. You need to have one product or service and one price, because that is how you are going to scale. Simplify and improve. Cutting down on services allows you to improve what you offer. Clients care about the results, not the specific platforms or strategies. Clients don't care if you're using Google, they don't care if you're using YouTube, they don't care if you're using Facebook. All they care about is leads, sales, and results. That's literally all they care about. They don't care how you get it. That's what they want. Focus on results, not quantity. Prioritize what's working and stick with it. Remember, you're selling results, not individual tools or techniques. And again, you're going to hear me constantly bring this up. You're selling results. Really, really important. So example services and products. You've got Google ads and SEO. You've got YouTube ads, Facebook ads, which is probably the most popular one in the SMMA space. Landing pages and websites. You've got email marketing. You've got database reactivation, funnel building, consulting and coaching, courses, social media management, lead nurturing, calls, text, emails, scheduling, advanced tracking and conversion optimization, and then also retargeting. So what do I actually use in my agency? I use Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, database reactivation, funnel building, consulting and coaching, lead nurturing, and retargeting. This is all what I use in my agency. When I started out, I did social media management and Facebook ads, but as my agency started to grow, I decided that social media management was not for me and that Facebook ads was the easier sell. It was more profitable. You could create a grand slam offer around it as you were providing leads and sales to the customer. So that is what I changed to now. And now, because we have so many clients, we now offer a multitude of these services. So Google ads, YouTube ads, Facebook ads, GHL, database reactivation, they're kind of like one of the same. Funnel builds, consulting, lead nurturing, and retargeting. The importance of simplicity. So complications arise when too many services are offered. If you've got one client on Facebook ads, one client on Google ads, one client on social media management, you are going to be all over the place. It's not rinse and repeat. There's no plug and play. You're going to struggle to get results because you're going to be average across all of them platforms rather than a master at one. So it is not scalable and it is extremely complicated. You want to productize your service to simplify and improve results. Again, rinse and repeat, plug and play. You want to be a master at your service and plug it into each business every single time. Simplifying your agency's offerings leads to better results. Touched on it a little bit earlier. You don't want to be average at a lot of different services. You want to be an absolute killer, a savage at one service. You want to master that service and you want to use that for each of your clients, and it will lead to better results. And focus on solving one problem effectively to build a successful agency. You want one niche, one service, one problem that you're solving, rinse and repeat every single time. That's how you're going to get to 30, 40, 50K per month. That is how we scale. Okay, reporting. In this lesson, we are going to be discussing how we report to the client. So you've landed a client, you're doing Facebook ads, you're doing lead gen, whatever it may be, and now you need to report at the end of the week or every 2 weeks or at the end of the month, whatever you agree with your clients. So reporting can be really, really important, but results matter most to clients. Our system keeps reporting simple and client focused. Focus on what matters to the client and keep it high level. Reporting frequency. Avoid unnecessary complexity. Weekly or daily reports are not needed. Optimal frequency. Quick result reports every 4 weeks. I would say probably 2 weeks at the start. Like once you build a relationship with the client, and you can do them once a month, but I would say every 2 weeks at the start. If they request every week, you can do that, but I don't think it's necessary. Every 2 weeks, so twice per month is what I would advise here. For larger ad budgets, bi-weekly reporting can be considered. So obviously if they've got a bigger budget and you're doing more weekly, you can do more reporting. The 4-step reporting system. So number 1, action, recap of the work done in the previous month. 2, results, showcase achieved results with evidence, screenshots of ad manager, and so forth. Problems, address issues and ongoing improvements. And future, explain the plans for future enhancements. And simplified tools for reporting. You want to do all your reporting on Loom. Record a 1 to 2 minute video covering the 4 points. You can do this on PowerPoint, Google Slides, Keynote, 1 slide per reporting point. Avoid fancy tools or lengthy PDFs. Keep it straightforward. Personalize your reporting with the company's logo. You want to make it look crisp and sharp. Prioritize clear communication over elaborate data analysis. So I'm going to attach example reports from my own agency in future lessons so you can see exactly how they should look and how they should be positioned and what should be included. However, this is just a super quick lesson on reporting, just so top level you know how it works.
Hi there, I hope you're doing well. My name's Brodie, it's lovely to meet you. I'm just here with your bi-weekly update whilst Connor is on annual leave. So this will be from the 12th of January through to the 25th of January. So first we're just going to take a look at the results for the past 14 days. So the amount spent is just over £886. We generated 24 purchases with a purchase conversion value of just over £1,448 with a cost per purchase of £36.93 with an overall ROAS of 1.63x. So next we're just going to take a look at the account findings and learning. So the ebook campaign is performing really well, having generated 58 leads in the last 14 days with a low cost per lead of just over £2.49. And your overall ROAS has decreased this week from 2.60x to 1.63x. So to try and combat this drop off, we have defined one of the ad sets further by veganism to see if this performs well. So if we do find that this is working well, then we'll define the other ad sets further across the board. So next, the plan of action and next steps moving forward. So we're going to continue to monitor the defined further ad set and make any changes to other ad sets where necessary. And as Connor mentioned last week, if you are able to provide us with your break-even ROAS or goal cost per purchase, as this will help us to optimise more clearly. So thank you so much for listening. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to get in touch and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.
I'm just here with your Loom updates. This is just going to be from the 29th of December to the 11th of January. So first we're going to kick things off with the results. So as you can see, we spent £835 in total to generate 37 purchases. This is at an overall cost per purchase of £22, a purchase price of 2.60 and a purchase conversion value of £2,171, which is really positive. So what's going well? The cost per purchase has decreased in 58% in this period compared to the last period, which is really positive. It means we've actually got more purchases for less cost, actually, which is what I saw, which is really good. And the overall click-through rate of the account is 5.62%, which is amazing. This means our creatives are working and that we're showing our ads to people, and they're clicking through to the website, and this is higher than the average that we do normally say. And I have also included down below one of the creative tested ad sets. So we spent £84, generated 7 purchases, and an overall cost per purchase of £12, a purchase ROAS of just under 6, and a purchase conversion value of £500 as well. So the plan of actions and next steps, we hope to get the ebook campaign set up and hopefully see some good results on this. I have set this for approval. So if you could just let me know if you'd like any changes, if we're good to go live, then that'd be perfect. We also want to continue to optimise the account and continue to carry on scaling because we have a really good Christmas period. We hope to carry on this on through the summer. And I was wondering if you'd be able to let me know a rough break even or a goal cost per purchase. This way we can use this to optimise more accurately when turning ads off and testing new ones as well. So that's going to be everything for this Loom. Please let me know if you've got any questions, and I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you.
Softwares and tools. So what softwares and tools do we need to run our agency, and what can we leverage to take some of the heavy lifting off our shoulders? Let's get into it. So communication All of your agency communication should be on Slack. It is $5 per member. For each member, you can have 3 guests or 3 clients. Like the WhatsApp for Business, it's really, really important for agencies. Client and team communication should all be on Slack. So Slack is it's the epicenter of all agencies. That's where all of your communication should be, both your team communication and your client communication. Really, really important that we use Slack for all of our communication. Invoicing and finance. Stripe is what we're going to be using for invoicing and finance. Stripe is actually free, but they just charge a percentage of your fee. So they don't charge you anything to create an account, but they do charge you a percentage of when you invoice a client. Every agency I know uses Stripe, used for invoicing, tracking client payments, tax, agency P&Ls. Highly, highly recommend you go and use Stripe if it is available in your country. They even do like tax returns and things for you. Like, it's really, really good and vital to have for your invoicing and finances on your agency. Meeting scheduling, Calendly. Obviously, I'm sure you all know what Calendly is. Every agency in the world uses Calendly. It is $15 per month. Essential for meetings. You're going to integrate it with Zoom. You're going to integrate it with your calendar. You can add your logo and branding. This is pretty much a must-have from my perspective because it is just the best in the market. That's why it is the market leader. That's why it essentially has a monopoly over meeting scheduling softwares. Really, really important, really easy to use. So go out there and get Calendly. Video recording, Loom, $10 per month, used for team members, on Upwork. You can give team members tasks. It's just super simple. Rather than hopping on a call, you can record a quick Loom for your VA or your appointment setter or whoever it may be. And you can use it to create SOPs and trainings for outreach. Really, really important and a great tool to have in your software stack. Contracts, I use PandaDoc. It is $19 per month. Not massively essential at the start. Like, you could just use a Google Doc or you could send them over something free, but this looks really professional, good for peace of mind, especially when dealing with bigger clients. Means the client is legally obliged to pay over the contracted term. So not a must have, but really, really good to have. Super simple and a good software to have for your contracts. Payment subscriptions, I use PayFunnels. It's $29 per month. Automatic payments from the client saves a lot of time chasing clients and fully integrates with Stripe. Essentially what PayFunnels means is once the client pays you, let's say they pay you on the 1st of January, automatically on the 1st of February, they will be billed again. Their account will be invoiced and the money will come out and into yours. You can't automate that with Stripe, which is why I like to use PayFunnels. It completely automates everything. So really, really good. It means you're not chasing clients for ages. As you will come to know, clients hate paying you. They take ages. It's a pain in the ass going and chasing them. So this saves all of that time and means it comes out automatically at the end of or the start of each month. CRM, I use Pipedrive, $15 per month, full lead management, cold, warm and hot lead storage, HQ for all of your lead gen. Again, not hugely important at the start of your journey, but it is something as your agency grows, as your team members grow, as your client base grows. It's something you can implement and something that can mean everything is in one place and you're super organized. VPN, I use NordVPN. It's $11 per month, needed to automate things like Upwork outreach and Instagram outreach and all that good stuff. Allows you to choose your own IP address. So essentially what you'd be using for your VPN is you'd be creating a VPN account. Then you'd be creating user accounts for your team members. So let's say you have a team member in the Philippines, or let's say you have a team member in the US and you're based in the UK. You don't want all of them IP addresses from foreign countries being logged into, say, your Upwork account or your Instagram account or your Facebook account, because they're really clamping down on that and they do not like foreign IP addresses logging into a domestic account. So essentially what you could do is purchase a VPN, add your VAs and things like that into it. They set their location as the UK, and that means they can log into your account from a domestic IP address. So that is the software stack, guys. Those are the ones that I would recommend at the start. Obviously, there's softwares for everything nowadays, but do not get sort of caught up in having a software for everything. These are the ones that you will need. These are the ones that can scale you to 20, 30, 40, and 50K per month. So focus on these, and I'll see you in the next lesson. What's going on, everyone? And in this lesson we're going to be looking at using Upwork to find team members. So what is Upwork? I'm going to be talking about Upwork a lot in the program. So it's essentially a website where you can use it as a client or a freelancer. On the client side, you'll be using it to find people to fulfill a service, or for example, if you need someone to create a website, you need someone for Facebook ads, you need someone to create content, you would go on Upwork and you would post a job asking for that person, outlining what you need, and then people would apply. And based on the people, you can interview them and see who will be a good fit. On the freelancer side, which is what we'll be using to get clients, we can apply to jobs. We can use our experience to get Facebook ad jobs, social media management jobs, and things like that. For the purpose of this video, we're going to be looking at using Upwork to find team members, VAs, social media managers, media buyers, as I discussed before. So this is just my dashboard. This is what the home dashboard looks like, and you can see here some jobs I recently put out. Someone to create a logo, someone to create a video editor for Instagram Reels, a world-class copywriter. So I've been using Upwork for a long time, and it changes a lot. They update the dashboard and the UP, so they do change it a lot. However, it is very, very used. So we're going to go to post a job. And for a job like this, short-term or part-time work is fine. And we're going to write a title for your job post. So for this, we're going to look for a media buyer. So media buyer to work for my agency. And then it's going to come up job category and usually recommend. So digital marketing would have been fine. For this, I'm just going to put social media and marketing. Then we're going to go to next, skills. So these are all relevant: lead generation, Facebook, content writing, social media marketing, copywriting, Instagram. Yep, all good. So yep, I'm perfectly happy with that. You can type in more, but it doesn't really matter. And then we're going to go to next, scope. So for this, I would go medium. It's not a huge job. It's not a small job. And I would go 1 to 3 months. Expert. I would then go for it. Now, I live in the UK. It gives me the option to go UK only or worldwide. I'm going to go worldwide because we really want to open this up and be as broad as possible. Now, project budget or hourly rate. So this is totally up to you. For something like this, I would go project budget, and I would put in something like anything from $300 to $500. You can put in $500, but it doesn't really matter because you haven't got a client to give this person. You're just going out there and seeing what comes back for something like this. Then we're going to go to review job post, and then we're going to go to describe job. So keep it super simple. World-class media buyer to run for agency. Previous experience is preferred. Please apply with. Be good if I could type. Please apply with case studies you worked on. Thank you. So something super simple like that. Upwork is actually telling me this is a little bit short. So what could we add in here? Something I like to add just to fizzle out any chancers that are going to be applying to this job. I sometimes use this line. Please use the word maverick at the start. So what this means is when they apply, you'll see now what I mean. When freelancers apply, they create a job application, and a lot of the time it's a template. But if you put in this, please use the word maverick at the start of your application, it means they can't just send a template. They'll actually have to read the job and use the word maverick at the start. So it's a good wee trick you can use to sort of take out any pretenders that are going to be applying to the job, and it shows they're putting some effort in. They're actually reading your job post. So yeah, we've discussed all this. Screening questions. Now, this is really important. You're going to want to put in screening questions. Now, some of these are really good. So describe your recent experience. Certification's not really important. This one not really important. This is an important one because they're going to be writing ads for you. And this is another important one because they're going to be using metrics to inform the client how well the ads are running. You can also write your own questions. So don't have to be too technical. Something like, how long have you been running ads? Completely up to you. There is a maximum of 5 though, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. You could put one more in, completely up to you. What, think to yourself, what would you like to know about this person? And then we can go down to advanced preferences. So usually I go 90% and up, which means they have a good rating. and I would go 1k earned. Conversational or better in your language, a lot of the time is going to be English. Is good enough for me. The rest you can just leave blank. And then job preferences, anyone including search engines, only Upwork users, invite only. I would usually go to only Upwork users for that. And then this is optional, where you can put in an actual URL of somebody you've worked with before. So yeah, that's basically it. Really, really easy. Really, really easy. And then you go to post your job now. And then this is the important bit. So now this is where we can go in and invite freelancers. You will get a lot of people applying to your job even without you inviting them, but this is where we can invite freelancers. So here's the first people coming up. Usually what I like to do is I go to filters, I go to 90% and up, I go to 1k earned, and then I see who comes up after that. So you've got all these different freelancers. Now I would have a look and see. You need to be careful because a lot of these guys will be agencies, so you need to be careful who you're inviting. But what you want to do is you want to go through and click their profile. So this guy has 300k earned, $15 per hour, Google AdWords, Amazon, Facebook, top rated PPC expert, and he is in India. Now I wouldn't go for someone in India because they're not very close to my time zone. So probably the most I would do is 2 hours each side of my time zone in the UK. So if we go down and we see someone here, there's a social media manager, but that's not what we're looking. So here's someone in the Netherlands, Samantha. So 70k earned, $40 per hour. She looks like a very good candidate, 100% top rated. The only issue I would have with Samantha is, does she have an agency? And the way you can find out that is Sam C's World. She does have an agency, yes. So you can see she has an agency here. Pinterest management, Pinterest designs, growth. And unfortunately, she would not be a good candidate because, well, first and foremost, it's only Pinterest she does, but she has an agency, and that's how you can check whether the potential freelancer is an agency or is a freelancer, by going down to their employment history. But you're going to want to go through here and just search. This takes a little bit of time, but you're just going to want to go search. And here's somebody at $35 an hour, a digital marketer and content creator, 30k earned, 100% rating. Sounds like a very, very good candidate. Is she an agency? Doesn't look like it. This looks like a freelancer. It looks like this is her past company she's worked for. So there you go. This would be a perfect candidate. I would be writing to her. And how you do that is you go to invite, and then you can send this template. You've 30 invites you can send to freelancers, which is loads. And I would usually do a customized message like, hey, Andrea, like that, and send it like that. I'm not going to send that now because this is just a job for the purpose of this video. But this is what you do. You go through the post and you can go to more filters, and if you want, you can go to locations, United Kingdom. You can add United States, and then it'll only bring up people in them locations. It'll probably be hard to find someone in these locations because that's where everyone wants them. But there will be some people. Like you can see, they're quite expensive because they're Western countries, but you can go through here and you can start looking at people. But you don't want to be going around $150 an hour. That just wouldn't make a lot of sense for a starting agency. But yeah, you will find good people if you go through it. Upwork is a brilliant platform full of really, really talented freelancers, and that is how we find talent on it. And again, the job post was for a media buyer. We can change that to virtual assistant. We can change that to a social media manager. And yeah, I would start posting jobs and just going through each of the freelancers, and you will get invited. Freelancers will, this is where you look at freelancers who've applied. There's been none yet because we just posted the job, but there will be a lot of freelancers applying generally. and just start going through it and interviewing people. And that is how I built my team, and that is how you can build a team, a really good and hard-working and reasonable team on pricing as well. So that's Upwork, and we'll move on to the next lesson. So welcome to this lesson on domain and email. This is a really interesting one because it's actually just in flux as we speak. So I was always a massive Google Domains guy. I loved Google Domains. It was really simple to use. They had all of the additional DNS softwares, they had the STB, they had everything attached, so the email and domain was literally ready to go. Because a lot of these domain providers, they don't have a lot of the back-end DNS things attached to it, so the email for your cold email campaigns and for your website and things like that, they just aren't there. So you have to go on and do a load of this back-end coding, which is just a complete pain in the ass. So Google had all of that ready. But unfortunately for us, as you can see down here in the bottom right-hand corner, Squarespace is the new home for Google Domains. So Squarespace actually acquired Google Domains, which is crazy. I don't know why Google would sell their domains. I feel like it would be such a revenue driver for them. Obviously, there's loads of synergy there. They are an internet engine, dividing domains on an internet engine makes a lot of sense. But obviously, people a lot smarter than me have ran some numbers and they have decided to sell it to Squarespace. Insane acquisition for Squarespace. They are acquiring millions and millions of domains, and it is going to be very lucrative for them. Let's rein it back a little bit though. So how does this relate to us? So when we're getting our domain and email, you're going to come to domainsquarespace.com, this webpage right here. And what you're going to do is you're going to go down here and you're going to search for a domain. So let's search for a domain that would do me. So let's go Maverick Socials, and then it will pop up. So you can see here mavericksocials.co.uk, .de, .fr, .nl, .org. and how much they are. So I've obviously already got the domain mavericksocials.com. You can see here it's unavailable. That's because I own it. But if we were to put in .io, boom, there we go. So .io is available. It's £56 per year. That is quite expensive for a domain. And yeah, that's 56 quid per year. So I could go ahead and get that right now. But let's say you have chosen your agency name. So let's say it's James Digital or James whatever, James Socials. Make sure you check the domains before you decide on the name. So that's really important. You could come up with a killer name that you love, but you can't get a good domain for it. So there's no point in actually using that. So the domain should always be checked before you actually go ahead with your agency name. That's a bit of advice I can give you. So once you have chosen, let's say we're going with mavericksocials.io, you click continue to checkout, and it'll bring you to a payment page, and you just put in all your details. So obviously, it's auto correlated my Dylan Power, dylan@mavericksocials.com, my agency email. You just go ahead. It's actually charging VAT here as well, so it's going to be 67 for that domain. That is quite expensive. Like I would be saying 15, 20, 25 is what you would want to be spending at the start. That's a bit of a big expense for a domain. But then again, if it is a really good domain and you can get, let's say, whatever your agency is called, gmsocials.com, that is very valuable asset to your agency, and .com is always what you want to go for. It's super important. It looks really professional, it looks really good when you're outreaching or when you're communicating, or when people go to your website. So I would advise doing that. So basically you just want to put in all your details here, then you click save and continue. It'll take you to payment. You put in your card details, then you review your order, and then you go ahead and you click pay, and then you will have your domain. It will send you through the domain to your email. You will create an account on Squarespace. You'll have your login, you'll have your DNS settings, you'll have all of your backend, and that is where your DNS will be hosted. Right now, I can't really show you the backend because it's a little bit in limbo in terms of I still have my backend on Google. This acquisition has literally just happened, so I can't even show you the backend of Squarespace because all my backend stuff is still on Google. So they're literally moving in motion, and I'm going to show you what I mean by that as well. So if we click on this and we open a new page for Squarespace, you can see here as we scroll down, this is happening in real time. So they're showing you exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get all of this privacy settings, blah blah. You're going to get bulk management, domain forwarding, email forwarding. And if we scroll down here, you can see a lot of this stuff isn't even rolled out yet. So if we keep going down, it'll say like coming in December and things like that, because this is literally happening in real time. And this is the home website. So you can see here's frequently asked questions. You can go down here. The next thing you want to worry about if we go up, so you can see Google constantly mentioned on this homepage, their Squarespace and Google are going to be forever connected now, because God knows how long it's going to take to get these millions and millions of domains across to Squarespace. But this is where you're going to get your email and domain. And it's going to be like you can see here, they're actually trying to replicate how it looked on Google to avoid probably lots of people, giving out about how the new interface looks and things like that. So what you want to do next is figure out how to get your email. Now, it probably will give you the option when you go through the payment over here to add an email at the end. But if it doesn't, what you want to set up is a Google Workspace. So you want to come to this. I'm going to attach this article below the lesson, and you want to come to this. So with our Google Workspace integration, you can create email addresses for your custom domain. You'll get access to features like Google Calendar and Google Drive, uneligible billing plans, and you can receive a free year for a Google Workspace starter plan. So I'm going to attach this below, and essentially you want to scroll down and you want to follow this process. So enter your domain into the Google admin toolbox, which is this. And you want to enter the domain you just purchased into this, and then you want to go through these. And then you follow the prompts, add the contact email address, use the information Google sends, and that is how you're going to add your email. And then here's the pricing for the emails. I think it's like $5 or $6 a month for an email and Google Workplace membership. And that is how that is going to work. Now, the reason I recommend this is because they are transferring all of Google domains across, they are using, again, the same DNS settings that I was discussing earlier. And I think that is the best place to go because Google was the market leader here. And I'm not sure why they've sold to Squarespace, but I would recommend staying with this because it seems like Squarespace is trying to keep the momentum going with Google and keep a lot of their service deliverables in place. Again, down here, you can see a lot of the questions. If you're having any problems with this, I mean, buying the domain is super simple and going and getting your email should be super simple as well. However, if you're having any issues, go down here to the FAQs. You can see here, you can get custom email addresses with your Squarespace domain through our partnership with Google Workspace. And if you're having any problems with that, you should reach out to the Squarespace chat. So as I say, I would recommend using this for your domain. It's not to say you have to use this for your domain. There's loads of other domain providers, but Google have transferred across to this. So I'd highly recommend using this for your domain. And I will see you in the next lesson. So lead scraping. In this lesson, we're going to be discussing how you can go ahead and scrape leads for your business. That's emails, phone numbers, contact details for key decision makers. And I'm going to give you the softwares and tools that I use to do that in my own agency. In this doc, we're going to be discussing softwares to source leads in bulk. We're going to be discussing softwares to remove duplicate contacts, software to source leads manually, and softwares to verify emails. So let's get into it. The king of lead sourcing is D7 Lead Finder. It's been around for years and it is just very, very efficient. It's very effective and it gets the job done. Here we can see their homepage. This is D7 Lead Finder here and it works off a city. So you put in, let's say, gyms in New York and it will scrape all of the gyms in New York and give you all of the contact details in that city. Next, we have LeadCart. Again, really, really good lead sourcer. Here we have the homepage of LeadCart. This is like one that's a little bit slept on. A lot of people don't really use this one, but again, a really, really good one. You can see here over 2,000 agencies using LeadCart, and you can see here like the kind of information they give you, the emails, the phone numbers, the website, social media contacts, even their Google reviews, all of the tags over here. So really, really effective lead scraper. Next, we have leadscrape.com, another super, super effective lead scraper. You can see here, like they're kind of all the same. They kind of have the same sort of vibe about them. You put in the information, whether it's a city or a geographical location, it shoots out the phone numbers, the email addresses, and the social media links, all of that good stuff. And that is how we are going to do outreach. So these are like softwares to source leads in bulk. These are the ones I would recommend, and I would use those going forward to get the leads for your business. Not mentioned, but also really, really good. So Info USA, Fiverr. In terms of Fiverr and Upwork, you can actually go on there, put out a job and pay someone to manually go and get leads for you. It's not as efficient in my opinion, but your leads will probably be much higher quality because someone is actually going out and getting those leads themselves. However, it is an option if you want to use it. US biz data, obviously specific to the US. US is the biggest market. That's where we're all going to be going to try and find these leads, try and get these customers. And so you can go ahead and use that. Lead Kahuna, another one that's kind of slept on and not a lot of people know about. Let's go and check out the website for it. You can see here it's a little bit more corporate, it's a little bit more commercial in terms of getting the leads. It's not as sort of modern, as sassy vibe as these, but again, a very, very powerful and impactful one to source your leads. Here we have software to source leads manually. So Snub, Hunter, and Adapt Prospector. So these are like if you were on LinkedIn or if you were on Instagram and you could go ahead and scrape the email addresses there. This is only really if you have a lead or you have a company that you really, really want to get in touch with. I wouldn't recommend using this a lot because it's not very efficient, it's very manual, it's very slow. If there is someone that you really, really want to get in touch with, you can use snuff.io and hunter.io's Chrome extensions and then go on their LinkedIn profile and scrape their emails that way. Again, something to have in your locker, another feather to your cap, not something I would recommend to use like in bulk or use a lot. And then softwares to verify emails. You have Never Bounce and you have Email Checker. The thing with lead sourcers is you need to be careful because let's say you scrape 1,000 emails from D7. You need to verify those emails before you start your campaigns. You might have 20-30% of those emails that are going to be kind of dead emails. They're not going to be clean emails, which means you can't use them in your campaigns. So instead of sending emails out to dead email addresses, you want to verify and clean your emails first. So yeah, that is it. It's pretty simple, guys. That is the lead scraping document. I will attach this to the bottom and go ahead and try. You know what you could probably do is try out all of them and see, get your free trials and see which ones you like, see which ones work well for your niche, because certain softwares will work better for certain niches. So try them out, see which ones you like, and I will see you in the next lesson. Okay, so contract additions. This isn't necessarily going to be a lesson on contracts as a whole. This is just going to be a quick one on additions that you may want to make if you're adding guarantees to your contract. So people ask me all the time, Dylan, if I'm adding a guarantee or I'm offering a guarantee or I'm paid on lead or paid on sale or whatever it may be, what do I put in the contract? This is what you're going to put in. On the very first month, the agency name team will generate at least 50 uniquely scheduled appointments, names, emails, and phone numbers, date and time, guaranteed or your full money back minus ad spend. The guarantee won't be valid if you requested any changes, a special campaign, or did not provide the requested images or creative. Every month after that, we guarantee to generate at least 30 uniquely scheduled appointments, names, emails, phone numbers, date and time, guaranteed or money back on that given month unless you requested any changes, a special campaign, or did not provide the requested images and creatives. So this is what you want to include. Obviously change it to your offer if your offer is guaranteed 15 leads or 20 leads or whatever it may be. And then also you can see at the end there I include, it won't be valid if you make any changes to the campaigns, request a special campaign, or did not provide the requested images and creative. So this just puts a little bit of a safety net for us as an agency, because if the client is messing around and is making it very difficult for us to get those X amount of leads, for example, by not providing requested images or creatives, then we need to cover ourselves because we don't want to be handing out money for things that are out of our control. So you can include more things. That's just what I include, and that is a good template for you to include in your contract. Guidelines. When writing a guarantee, make sure you set clear guidelines and rules. You want it to be crystal clear. So if something happens or you get into a dispute with the client, there is nothing left to be desired. You can see exactly what was written, what was agreed, and it is all in the contract. Leave no room for creativity and set the right expectations on what is going to happen on day one. So really, really important you adhere to these guidelines when including the guarantee in your contract. You also want to include a term of sale. So you essentially want to include a little paragraph in your contract saying you hereby ratify your understanding that all sales are only refundable if they meet the above stated criteria, and we have any rights to charge back your purchase with your credit card processor. The reason you include this is because if the client tries to be sneaky or sly and they didn't meet the refund criteria, but they try and get away with it anyway or process a chargeback, you have yourself fully covered on the contract by including a term of sale section just like this. Contract tools, we've been over this previously. I use PandaDoc, but you can use DocuSign, HelloSign, PandaDoc. They're all really good. They're all plug and play. So go and choose one that you like and get going with the contract. Scaling to multi-six figures. So in this lesson, I'm going to give you the principles behind scaling to multi-six figures. And a lot of the principles I will have discussed before, but I really, really want to emphasize a lot of them and really ingrain them and almost carve them into your mind. So you're going to hear me talking about these principles a lot, whether it's in previous lessons or whether it's in future lessons. So let's get into it. One, niche. Ensure your niche is good by considering factors like the market size, service value, data availability, and advertising understanding. Passion for the niche is vital as it keeps you motivated and engaged. We went over this in choosing your niche, but really, really important just to reiterate, do not choose a niche because you've seen someone on YouTube, or do not choose a niche because you heard a buzzword or you think it might be a proper niche because someone else is doing it well. If someone else is doing that niche well, then it means you're probably late to the party. So do not waste your time choosing bad niches. Choose a niche you have knowledge in. Choose a niche you've done your research on. Choose a niche you're passionate for, because that is what's going to keep you motivated. That's what's going to keep you engaged. And foundationally, if you choose a niche you have some knowledge in, you're going to be able able to hold conversations better on sales calls. You're going to be able to articulate points better because you're going to have more confidence. You're going to be speaking to someone about a business that you actually know, as opposed to just choosing some random niche that you know nothing about. It's not going to go well. So passion for the niche is vital. Remember that going forward. Build your prospect list. Gather every email and phone number in your niche using various softwares and platforms. So we have our lead building lesson here where I give you multiple softwares and websites where you can go and correlate data. Data doesn't have to be perfect, but it will be crucial for ads and organic appointment settings. So build your prospect list, build your lead list. Like by the time you really get going, you want to have tens of thousands of leads on your list. This is going to be so important, and it comes back to volume in the niche. If you have a niche that only has 10,000 businesses across the world, it's going to be very, very hard to do this. You want to be choosing a niche that has minimum 50,000 so you can start building this prospect list, as it's really, really important. The more prospects you have in your prospect list, that is going to be an asset, and that is going to be super valuable to you down the line. Outsource and delegate. Hire VAs and low-ticket team members for the grunt work, data gathering, email outreach, booking appointments, etc. Aim to fully automate prospecting and organic appointment booking to spend less time on outreach. We've been over this in the Mindset module. You want to be doing IPAs, income producing activities. You want to be moving the needle for your business. You want to be driving and creating revenue. Doing the grunt work, doing the data gathering, doing all these menial tasks, that is not going to move the needle for your business. This is really, really important. You need to be doing IPAs, income producing activities, and driving the business forward. We want to have 30 to 100 appointments every single month. Focus on generating more appointments to increase revenue. Create a plan of attack for the next year with 500 to 1,000 appointments as the target. You want to be creating an appointment generating machine. We've been over this in previous lessons, but it's appointments, appointments, appointments. That is the most important thing in your agency. Booking appointments and improving your sales ability. That is what's going to move the needle. That is what's going to get you results. That is so, so important. And it's something that people forget about. At the start of your agency, you are worried about outreach and sales. That is what's going to move the needle in your business. So you need to create an action plan that's going to make that happen. Appointment generating strategies. Utilize various strategies like Facebook ads, cold email, LinkedIn, referrals, Facebook, Instagram, whatever it may be. If you want the fastest results, we're going to use ads. We'll get into that a little bit later in the program. However, a strong offer will beat the best copy. A strong offer will beat the best copy. What do I mean by that? So if you are doing organic manual outreach, if you're doing that with a strong offer, that is going to beat a random ad with some random copy that you're just pumping to try and get lead gen every day of the week. So a strong offer on organic outreach is going to beat pumping ads in an agency. So remember that. However, to reiterate, we want an appointment generating machine, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, email, whatever it may be. We want to create that machine. Website and mini webinar VSL. We're going to talk about this a little bit later. This is for people that maybe have a little bit more of a budget, that have a few clients under their belt. Create a short and engaging website with success stories, social proof, and case studies with an emotional appeal, and offer a free strategy session to entice potential clients. This is again a little bit more advanced for people who have a little bit more ad spend, and we're going to get into this later in the lesson, but this can completely automate your lead gen and book calls for you on autopilot. Agency sales mastery. Master the art of closing sales to become more successful. We have a really, really massive in-depth module on sales coming up. So important. But practice scripts and watch the sales module in the program to improve sales skills. This is really, really important. A lot of the people coming into this program, a lot of the people watching this video will not have any sales experience. So you need to dive in head first and start absolutely absorbing all of the information. But ultimately, the best way you're going to improve at sales is by jumping on sales calls and by improving, by experiencing, and by growing your confidence, and by getting asked difficult questions. We also have the sales call in the group where we do role plays and Q&As and things like that. So make sure you attend those to improve your sales ability. But mastering sales is going to be super important here. Onboarding and service delivery. Focus on one service product and one method that works for everyone. Develop a system for onboarding and delivering services to multiple clients. So again, we've touched on this in previous modules. You don't want to be offering a million different services. You want to be offering a rinse and repeat one service that you can give to every single client that you know works, and that will make your business so much more efficient, and it will mean you are sleeping so much better at night. Because if you're getting wrote to every single day by clients, you're doing social media management, you're doing Google, you're doing Facebook, maybe half Google, half Facebook, half social media management, your head is going to be all over the place. You're going to find it very hard to manage. You're going to find it very hard to get results. So really, really important. We have a rinse and repeat service product that we are giving to every single client. Build your team, appointments, sales, delivery. Build a competent team with sales reps, ad managers, VAs, marketing managers, client success managers. Delegate responsibilities to free up your time for more important tasks. This is coming back to IPAs. Super, super important that you're driving the business forward and doing important tasks. When we can delegate, we want to delegate. However, we don't want to hire and delegate too early. If we haven't learned the tasks, if we haven't performed the tasks, it's going to be very hard for you to manage someone to a high standard because you haven't done it yourself. So we don't want to delegate too early. We want to have a couple of clients under our belt for sure. But remember, we are only going to scale with high quality A-player team members. What can we outsource? Outsource tasks like launching ads, ad optimization, outreach, appointment booking, sales calls, onboarding, coaching calls, client support, things like that. Eventually, we want to be able to outsource absolutely everything, but remember, it's a journey. We don't want to start outsourcing this immediately. Eventually, we want to find a really high quality A-player operations manager to do our job so we can completely remove ourselves from the business. But remember, these things take time, and hiring too early can be a crucial mistake. What will your focus be? What is your focus going to be for your agency? You want to be managing the agency's operations until you can hire a team manager or an ops manager. Focus on paid ads, building systems, profit, leading, innovating, hiring, and growing the agency. And those last three words are the most important words: growing the agency. What are you doing every single day where you're getting up and actually growing the business? Are you super busy but not productive? Were you going to bed at night thinking like, wow, I felt like I was busy there today, but I didn't get a lot done? Were you watching YouTube videos? Were you watching things on your phone? Were you spending too much time on Instagram? Like, what were you doing that day to actually grow the business, to move the business forward, to drive revenue? And remember, building all this takes time. Acknowledge that building a multi-six-figure will require time, energy, and hard work. Stay patient, do the work, and keep building to achieve success. So what I want to reiterate here is, this is not going to happen overnight. Rome wasn't built in a day. You're not going to wake up tomorrow with 3, 4, 500k revenue in your business. This takes a shit ton of time. And my favorite quote by Alex Hormozi is, epic results require epic work. Really, really important. Think about that. Epic results require epic work. Get up every single day, do the work, keep pushing, keep improving, and you will get to your desired result. What is going on, everyone? Dylan again, and I hope you found that video valuable. I hope you found it useful. I want to tell you about my free community, Agency Accelerator Free. This is a free community on School that is literally giving away the most insane amount of value completely free of charge. And if you go into the community, you will see here, there is so much going on here. But if you are an existing or new agency owner and you want to scale your agency, there is not a better free resource in the market. If we go into the course here, the Agency Accelerator course, you can see the amount of lessons and value in here. Like, it is just insane. All of this, over 200 lessons, completely for free. So if you are looking to scale your agency, if you're looking to get to 10k per month in the next 90 to 120 days, check out Agency Accelerator Free. It's linked below underneath the video, and I hope to see you inside.